evening.
Are we on?
Hello.
Are we on?
We're on. Evening.
We're on.
Yes.
We're on, Tom. We're on.
We're on. We're on.
Who's he? Who's he? Is that Ross? Is that Ross? No, it's not Ross, is it? No, it's Gareth. Gareth, aka the Grumpy Reef, has joined us tonight. And the regular is Tom, TB Corals.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, good to see you guys. You up for it tonight, yeah?
Yes.
Always.
2 hours of reefing fun and educational. Well, maybe not educational, but some reefing chat.
No, just rip the whatever out of you, mate, as much as I can for 2 hours.
Don't start already, mate. Don't. Just be gentle tonight. Be gentle.
Oh well.
What you got there, Gareth? What's going on there? I can see something like popping up.
My Cocker Spaniel with its fresh trim.
Oh wow!
My missus has put a top knot on him.
Oh, he looks cute. He does. Look at him, mate. He's all dressed up for Friday night. He's all dressed up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get started then. Thanks for joining us, guys, on the Friday. We're looking forward to it. You probably noticed that Paul is not around today, and I wasn't on the last one. So, is he on a date again, Tom? Is that what's happening?
I don't know how you can talk. You were in Gulliver's Kingdom last weekend, so I don't know where he's gone.
Yeah, that's what you said, mate. I
was stuck in the ball pool.
Yeah, I saw the images as well. Yeah, thanks for that. I think Paul is on a. I think he's on a date, isn't he? I think he's on a date. I'm sure he is.
He is.
He's good at that sort of thing. He's good at dating.
Mr. Casanova.
Mr. Casanova, yeah, he's like our Italian stallion in the chat.
He is, and I'm sure he'll have his microscope with him.
He's what?
His microscope with him.
I don't know what that's all about now. And who else is missing? Oh, Moggs is missing as well, isn't he, tonight? Moggs is missing. Hopefully he's back soon. But if you're watching, Steve, yeah, we send our
all the best.
All the best. Send our well wishes and get yourself back on the stream as soon as you can, mate. We miss you. Right, time to do the register, innit? Let's check in.
Register.
Buy your bed.
Sir.
Here you go. Tony Close, hey up, mate. Nice to see you. Looking forward to it today, Jake. Mate, thank you for the comments on my latest YouTube video. Honestly, mate, really kind. So thanks for commenting. It all helps the algorithm. We like a bit of algorithm, so that's good. Yeah, Tony, honestly, appreciate that, mate. Chris Allen, yeah. Even though, sorry, I can't join the live tonight, but I'll have a curry. Nice one, mate. And a beer on your behalf. Catch up with you later. Well, thanks for watching on Catch Up. And a curry, you can't really argue with that, can you? Got to have a curry on a Friday night. Either that or fish and chips. But he's mentioned beer. Are we on the beers tonight, lads? Are we on the beers here, or is it what we oh, fully on the oh my god, fully on the beers. Well,
Friday night without
I've got one lined up. Now you're there. I'll crack mine open here. So I'm in good company now. Have a beer. Is anybody else on the beers in the chat? Let us know. Yeah. It's always there. We go. Sorry, you want more entertainment than that, don't you? I'll pour it in a minute. Right, let's have a look who else is in the chat tonight. Can't believe I'm missing Jay hosting. What possibly could go wrong? Yeah, everything, mate. Everything. I'm not very good at this. I only do it when I have to. Tom's gonna do him.
I know. I'll be doing it soon. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I was only on last week for a good 20 minutes.
Wait,
anyway.
I saw that, and I
put me on
I
the
feel
spot.
for you. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
On
not
your
good.
own, it's really hard. I've just noticed it says 54 people watching. Honest to God, appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for dropping in on a Friday night. Yeah, so something's going to go wrong, but hopefully not the wheel, and hopefully not Tom's going to be on his own, and Gareth's going to have a good night.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully.
Gareth will enjoy himself.
One like Josh O the other week where it kept cutting out. So.
Oh yeah, the internet, mate, always lets us down. Hopefully we'll be all right. What else is happening? I'll put that one on. Evening, Skids. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. And John. Nice one.
The one and only.
Love to see you, John. Good to see you. I've heard you're getting a ticket for Love to Reef as well, John. Is that right? Or you've bought one or something? We look forward to catching up with you if that's true. If you've got your ticket. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Marek, good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. MK Reefer, nice one. Good evening. Riggs is on the beers, yes. Hopefully he's poured his before I did. Nice one, Riggsy. Thanks for joining us. Cottage Reef, good to see you. Nice one, mate. Haley is also with us. Thanks, Haley, for joining. One-armed reefer.
Lee, evening.
Evening, Lee. Did you say you were thinking about getting another tank, Lee? And if you are, where the hell are you going to put it, honestly? Like, it's action-packed, isn't it?
He is getting another tank. He's getting a 9-foot tank. Last time when I spoke to him the other day. Yeah, he is.
He must be moving house then, because that living room.
No, I think he's putting a couple of tanks into one from what he told me the other day when I met him. So yeah, 9-foot tank.
Wow, 9 foot. That's same as yours is nearly 9, isn't it? It's yours like 8 foot something.
Mine's 9.2 if you want to be anal.
Oh, is it? 9.2. I thought it was just under 9. 9.2.
No, 2.8 meters. I went metric this time, not imperial. Yeah.
Ah, fair enough. Modern man, you are, Tom. Modern man.
Oh, hi.
I bet they had metric at Imperial at school when you were there, though, weren't they?
They did. 100 stands in units and all that jazz. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. The column model, you have to stack them all up and stuff.
Behave now. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, mate. Evening, everybody. Malta. Oh, my God. I wish I was in Malta. Nice one. And thanks for jumping on the live stream. Hope the weather's been good. Because here, it's been shocking, mate, honestly, for last week.
Yeah.
Constant rain. How's the reef tank going when you're in Malta? That's what I want to know. I wonder if he's got like a little video camera keeping an eye on it. That's the sort of thing I do when I'm on holiday. I have to watch the camera. Haley, thanks for joining us, Haley.
Evening, Haley.
Awesome. Good to see you, Haley. John is chatting to Haley. Then there's a bit of chat backwards and forwards. Who else is in? UKM 120. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Simple Silent Reefer. Good to see you, mate.
That one.
Is it a new one? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
I've not seen that one before. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it. We like new viewers. If there's any new viewers, just
definitely.
Yeah, say hello. Darren, good to see you, mate. We're on for a good one tonight, hopefully. And Techers, yes, always in. Loyal fan of the live stream. John Reef UK. Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Is he a new one as well?
Evening.
Maybe.
No, he's been on a few times. Evening, John.
A few times. Oh, here he is. Liam's in the house tonight. Good to see you, Liam.
The one and only Jill.
The Jills. You're not going to let me live that down, are you? I called him
mate,
Jill
I'll
once.
I'll never. No, you didn't. It was a few times. We'll let it go. It's all right.
Jill's Aquarium. Here he is. Everything. What's it? Evening, everyone. We are all well. We are. Lee's Reef is in. Good evening, Reefers. Yeah, good evening, Lee.
Evening.
They're all chatting. George. Good evening, George. Good to see you.
Evening.
Yeah, that's definitely a new one. I've not seen that one.
Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah.
Evening, George. Hope you have a good one. Reef 216. Good to see you, mate. Appreciate you dropping in. Julian, nice one. So, Julian, I've met today, actually. I've had a little bit of a jaunt out to Dobbies. Maidenhead Aquatics, because he was the guy who won, the Miracle Mud.
Oh yeah, the secret sauce.
Yeah, the mangrove mud. So he won that on a live stream. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And then he lives in Derby. He's a Derby fan, so we got on really well. Met up with him today, gave him his mud. Top bloke, really nice bloke. Had a little catch up, so it's nice.
I've still got your mud.
What's that?
I've still got your mud. I'm still using it.
You're still using the mud, are you?
Yeah, I've had it nearly a year since I last met up with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it lasts ages, doesn't it? You only need a tiny bit in there.
Yeah, it goes a long way, doesn't it? Yeah.
It goes a long way. What are your thoughts on it? You think it's all right, yeah?
Yeah, I probably don't use it religiously enough to have many thoughts on it, but yeah. Seems to be all right.
I like it. My LPS love it. They go all puffed up afterwards. So they absolutely love it. Anyway, Julian, top bloke. Nice to meet you today and hope you enjoy your mud. Bit of a weird sentence, but there you go. I actually took it in the container because I didn't want him just to think that I'd just like dug it out the garden and give him a pot of mud. So I took the actual thing, like I did with you, Gareth. It looks official.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drippy, oi, Fridays. I can't. What? Right, I'm trying to get monetized. I can't read those 2 words there. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, we're all good, mate. We're all good here. Good to see you. How's the tank? Oh, they're just chatting to themselves. You can get what you can set your watch by Jay 5 minutes late. Oh my god, yeah, that is true. Actually, it's because I'm working out the buttons still, mate. I'm a bit rusty on here. Always a little bit late. We might do a bit of overtime just to catch up then. What do you reckon, Tom? We do 2 or 3 minutes. Gareth,
He did. I watched one of his videos the other day about his Achilles tank. Brilliant video, cracking tank. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a really good channel. Really good.
Check him out on YouTube. Right, should we give him a plug then? Here we go. Just very quickly. Then. Let me see if I can do this.
Yeah.
So it's a video on YouTube.
From memory, his tank's 13 foot long.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, with a name like Pelagic Swimmer,
got some cracking fish in his tank.
Yeah, I can't. Is he on my subs?
He's on YouTube. I watched it last night.
Yeah. Do you know what the video is called, mate? Or not?
Oh God, now you put me on the spot, aren't you? In my big mouth.
Yeah. If not, mate, hit us up in the chat and I'll try and find your video. But I've got quite a few subs.
Well, if you search for exactly his username, you'll find him.
Well, yeah. Just
How to have success with an Achilles tank. That was one day ago. It was really good. And then he just goes through his tank maintenance. We're doing it for a while. 346 subs.
Yeah, Oh, it's because I can't spell pelagic. Oh dear.
Coming from a teacher.
Oh, wait up. Pelagic film, pelagic swimmer.
You'll find it. Come on.
Can't, mate. I can't.
You got parental control on again. Yeah, I must have. Turn it off.
Pelagic swimwear. No, it's not that.
You'll find
it. Oh, is it? Is him? Right. So let me.
That Achilles he's got is probably one of the healthiest I've ever seen.
So, guys, let me just. Oh, God, I'm so rusty at this. Window. Here we go. Share. So here he is, the Pelagic Swimmer. Yeah, I am subscribed to him. Yeah. So check him out here. Is this the guy you're on about, Tom? Yeah.
Yeah. I spoke to him before about QT and fish. It's been a while since I spoke to him, but yeah, I can't remember his first name. Apologies, it's been a while. It's that many people, but yeah, it was cracking watching it last night. So yeah, fair play to you, mate. You've done some really good footage, and he also likes, like you. He's not a Yorkshireman. He's from down south. But he likes a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Does he?
He does.
We need to hang out. We need to hang out together. We do. Yeah. So there you have it.
Yeah, he does.
Pelagic Swimmer. Nice one, mate. Right. Who else is in the chat? Christian. Good to see you, Christian.
Never heard of him.
Frags. Hey, by the way, there was a giveaway, wasn't there, last week as well?
He was an absolute star coming on. To be fair, he was digging me out of a massive hole as well when Paul disappeared, and he was. I'll not say it because you're monetised. When Paul disappeared and was medicating himself, let's just say, fair play, Christian. Yeah, it was good, and he gave some good advice about the dips and stuff that we're talking about as well for people. So yeah, fair play.
I listened into that, and if you want to check it out, go see Paul's channel. The live stream is saved on there. It's really good, and yeah, congratulations to the winner, and thanks, Christian, for giving us a gift as well. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really appreciate it because it comes out of his pocket, obviously, as a business. MB Reefing, mate, awesome. Good to catch up with you this week as well in the Instagram and YouTube. We've been chatting away, but yeah, good evening, like-minded reef geeks. Yeah, good stuff. They're just chatting amongst themselves. Chatting amongst themselves. Nearly there, guys. On the register, Alex Brooks. Good evening, mate. Good to see you.
Evening.
Forever the school teacher. Yeah, absolutely love my job. To be fair, it's a good job teaching. Jupus. Evening, everyone. Nice tank, mate. By the way, that's nice. 4-footer, is it? Maybe 4 or 5 foot. Looks nice. That does. Tom on the beers. Can't see the rest of that. I know what you're supposed to do here. You're supposed to read them before you put them on the screen, aren't you? That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, vodka's out. John's on it. Don't put the vodka in it. Well, you can put the vodka in the tank, can't you, as well?
Yeah, carbon dosing. Well done, Jay.
I would never risk that. I'd never risk it. Defo on the beers tonight. Nice one, Critical. Thanks for joining us on the beers. Corona and lime. Oh, yes. Corona and lime, I assume that is, yeah. Love that. Don't forget to hit the like button. Nice one. I'll pay you later. Critical Reef, thanks for that. Reef King, nice to see you, mate.
Evening.
Carl's in the house, one of our OG reefers on the live stream. He's got the vodkas on. NG Reefer, good to see you, mate. Nice one. Thanks for dropping in. The Wicked or the correct? No, I'm not on the Wicked tonight. Not when I'm hosting. It's just going to be a disaster. Absolutely no chance. No chance. What's going on here? Yeah. Oh, he's going to get a 9-footer. Yeah. So that's bloody big. He's not going to fit that in that room, though, I'm sure. Jesus. Can't fit in that room. Yes, John bought a ticket for Love to Reef. Yeah. Honestly. Can't wait to meet up with you. It's going to be absolutely epic, that event is. I love it. And it's your first time as well, isn't it? At Love to Reef, Tom?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Going down on a Friday, staying over, make the most of it.
Yeah. Make it. Yeah. Are you taking the missus away and having like a whole weekend away, or just going?
No,
just you.
Boys' day out, boys' weekend away.
Boys' weekend away. Fair play. Well, it's a bit of a trek, isn't it? It's like 3 hours from yours. 3 hours.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can make a weekend of it. Not like Gareth, he lives around the corner, doesn't he? So
20 minutes. Right. 20 minutes away.
You're joking?
Nah. About 15 on a good run, but usually about 20 minutes. Yeah.
So what he does is he buys, because he obviously goes and buys loads of corals and stuff. He buys his corals and nips home, puts them in the tank, comes back.
Yeah. That's what I did with your torches last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, no, yeah. We can't do that though, Tom. We've got to, obviously, I know you're staying over the night before. If you're staying over the night, that would be, you wouldn't be able to buy any corals, would you? Yeah, unless you put them in a flask. I heard that some people do that, don't they? Like,
no, you could put them in my tank and then I could give it to them the following morning.
Yeah, there you go. Loads of nice.
If you don't buy any high-end ones and I kill them in one evening, it'll be fine.
That's it. Yeah. Loads of nice people in this hobby. That's what I like about it. People helping each other out. Hey, Tom.
Always.
You're always sending me pictures of tanks going, buy this one, Jay. Buy this one, Jay.
I've done it a few times. You never listen to me. It's like, you missed out on an absolute. You missed out on a sitter though before Christmas. But anyway,
I know. Mate, I tell you what he said, Gareth. He was like, "I'll buy you it. I'll go get it for you." This is what he said for me. And then obviously give me the money when you come and pick it up from here or whatever. Deliver it. Art is a top friend. I appreciate that.
So what tank was it?
It was a second-hand shallow reef one from eBay.
4B 2B something. Can't remember. Something like that.
Yeah, it's
nice size anyway.
Tank, yeah, it was a bit old though. Yeah. If I was buying second-hand, I'd want it under 2 years really, which I know is still a new tank in it, but
you still want the box it came in, Jay. I know that. Yeah.
I want it in the box second-hand for about 100 quid, 4 foot, looking like new. That's why I haven't found one, because it's they don't exist. Too tight. What else is going? 9 foot by 3 foot by 30 inch. Yeah, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 by 3 by 30, but he's going to put 3 tanks into one, from what he told me the other day. Yeah. A lot of stock, a lot of fish.
Yeah. Well, he bought them corals from Steve as well, didn't he?
From Mugsy, yeah, he did. Yeah.
I thought he did. Yeah. Hopefully a packet of biscuits too. Yeah, you got to have a biscuit as well. I've got my biscuits here. Digestives today. Yorkshire Reefer, nice one, mate. Thanks for dropping in.
He went to AAC the other day.
What's that?
He went to AAC the other day. I saw it on Instagram this morning when I was at work. Yeah. He got up at 6 a.m, didn't get home till about 9:30 at night.
Wow, that must be a full video or something then. I love it. I love his Instagram little videos. He's just dead creative. He's like.
I'd like to know where he met his missus that lets him have 3 tanks in one living room.
That is nuts. They're all just across the wall, aren't they? All the way along.
Yeah, and I'd love to know how he works that magic, really.
He's dead.
Because I'm only allocated a corner.
Same here.
Well, apparently, it's something he puts in a tea that turns her hair blue.
Yeah, I've only got a corner upstairs, so at least you've got prime estate downstairs in the living room, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. He must be doing something right, or he's got something going for him, definitely. But yeah, great Instagram. Love it. I love the story videos.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Anybody else say hello to in the chat? Lee. Nice one, Lee. Evening all. Good to see you. And there's a lot of chat just going on with the community there. It's really nice. Right, I think. Oh, Stefan. Nice one, Stefan. Good to see you, mate. And Gao Gao's in the house. And Bob Kerr is in the house. We've got 63 viewers. Wow. Can't get to the end of them. Thanks for dropping in. Lots of people chatting amongst themselves. That's really nice to see, guys. This is what it's all about, isn't it? All good. I'm nearly at the end here. Evening all. Got my Love to Reef ticket as well. Do we talk about Love to Reef? Seeing as people chatting about it, let's just mention Love to Reef whilst we're here. So Love to Reef, 18th of May. Have you got your ticket, Tom?
No, because I'm paying for it in cash when I see Paul next week. If I
Oh
can.
my God! Paying in 2s and 1s. He's got installments on it.
I have. I've got my little money back. Took it out of the post office the other day. Yeah, signed for it in my little book. Yeah.
I mean, I do take the mick a little bit and say it's just too expensive. Remember when he's on it, I always say it's too expensive. Why?
No, me and Paul next week, aren't I? Radical next Saturday, if I remember rightly.
Oh yes,
coming up. So I may as well 2 birds and 1 stone. I may as well see him. I may as well bring a ticket up for me. Plus, I owe him for that Zeo back that he bought me ages ago before Christmas. So I need to pay him for that. So.
Oh yeah. So you're paying your ticket on direct debit because you're tighter than me, but
I'm paying my ticket. I'm getting my ticket on stamps. Coupon saving stamps.
I mean, 20 quid. Like, I mean, you can say it's down south. 20 quid's a bit steep for us northerners, isn't it? But you do get, I reckon, a bit. You do get value. You do get value. This is my 3rd one. Have you got your ticket yet, Gareth?
Yes, mate. I bought it the other night. Paid in full straight away, unlike Tom. Yeah, and I've bought a ticket, but I'm still waiting for my day off request to go through. So that gets.
Well, if you don't get it, wow. if you don't get it, Gareth, I'll give you a tenner for it. All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Wherever there's an opportunity, Tom. Wherever there's an opportunity.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Tell he's got his own business. So your boss isn't watching this live stream then? No.
Well, I invited him to watch because I've got him into reefing in the last few months.
Have you?
But yeah.
Nice
one.
Well, yeah, it is nice until he dumps a pot of water in front of me just before work and says, "Test that," and then sits there and watches me test it. That's it.
So you're teaching him the basics. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So you can both have the day off and come with your boss or whatever.
No, he's working, unfortunately. So
Anyway, getting people into the hobby, that's what it's all about, isn't
it? Yeah.
So this is the lineup, and this is the best. I mean, you obviously know what it's like, Gareth. That's the best lineup we've ever had in it so far.
Yeah. It's just getting bigger and bigger all the time. Like, I remember the first year, it was like, what was there, like 100 people, if that?
I think
it was in that 50, small room, weren't it? Yeah, it could have been even 50. Yeah. And then last year was huge. So, yeah, this year it's probably going to be even bigger, I expect.
Yeah, he's saying 200 and 200 plus. So I'm just so excited for it. I mean, it was awesome last year. I was blown away by it. And then this year, obviously, there's some big names there. Is any that you kind of thinking, I'm going to go and chat to them or I'm going to have a look at what they're about? Is there anybody that stands out for you there?
Mine would be Coral Essentials because I've got the Coral Essentials bug. So
yeah, Coral Essentials. That's Steve as well. Mogsy, he loves that stuff, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's good. It's good. Are you using that, Tom? Coral Essentials or not?
No, I'm using the Zeo Vitana that I've used for years. The KZ stuff. It's stuff I have used though, in the past, and I've had good results with it. In all fairness.
Yeah,
there's so many out there though to choose from, isn't there? So many out there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. What are you looking at there, Tom? Anything that you're interested in beelining for?
I think for me, it's just going to be nice to just meet other reefers and have a look at AAC and see what new products are coming out. I mean, it's like a fashion, isn't it, Marine? I said this the other day. There's always something new coming out and always something dropping off the other end that nobody uses anymore that's just as good. So I think there's just a mixed bunch there. There's some good foods out on there, to be honest with you, that I'm looking forward to talking to.
Yeah, there is a lot of reefing foods. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Hit us up in the chat if you've bought a ticket or if you're looking forward to any of these exhibitors. I'm looking forward to AAC as always because they're always great next door, aren't they, Gareth?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
but
so
I go there like once every week on the way home from work. So
you're used to it then.
As you two, so
it's not a treat for you, but yeah. So next to the show, guys, literally around the corner is AAC, which is probably the leading or at least one of the leading marine shops in the UK, and they do awesome stuff around there. That's really good. And I'm also looking forward to Eco Marines again, Gareth. You know, the coral.
Yeah.
Laura,
corals. Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. You can get corals at the show, which is good. There's a little insight into last time. Dead good. And if you're interested, you can find Love to Reef on Instagram. You've got the website here, lovetoreef.com, and it's all. There's a fundraising giveaway for charity as well for Mind, which
is familiar.
There's the Rogues Gallery there from previous years. Yeah, and then contact Paul either through the website, Instagram, or Facebook. It has its own dedicated Facebook page as well. So yeah,
fair play to Paul as well. He's put a lot of hard work and effort into it. To be fair to him, I think credit where credit's due, as they say.
He's smashed it up. Smashed it. He's absolutely smashed it out of the park this year. It's going to be brilliant, and can't wait. But if he was on the live stream, I'd tell him it was a load of rubbish, and just that was what we do, isn't it? We just wind him up. But yeah, fair play, mate. Absolutely smashed it. Really looking forward to it. Christian, looking forward to it. What's the date? What, today or the date of the show?
18th of May.
18th of May is the date. And aren't we going as a couple? I don't know if I'm going as a couple with him, I think. Maybe. Or has he changed his mind? He might have ditched me. Don't know. Christian, yes, I've said this to him. Get your corals down there and have a stand. Maybe one year. What else is going on in the chat then? Oh, can't say that, can I? Something about laying floors.
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing the decorating. I was going to get onto this. I'm currently doing it, which I'm finally allowed a new tank. So yes, I am. I'm currently doing it, but I've got a lot to do. So
yeah, you got to be careful with decorating because Steve had to take his tank down to decorate, didn't he? And
I've got to move mine from there on sliders over to lay new flooring, but she wants the lot: paneling, painting, flooring.
Well, you look like the man for the job.
Yeah.
I know you're a husband and a dad to the dog, but you also look like a joiner, an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter. So if anyone can do it, mate, you can.
Well, honestly, if it gets me a new tank, then I'm willing to do it, mate.
Hey, is that what you have to do? Maybe that's what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't think I'll be allowed free like the Yorkshire Reefer, but
Yeah, he's smashing the game. He is.
Yeah.
I'm going. James is going. Nice one, mate. Look forward to seeing you there. Good to catch up with you again. Have I missed the register? Yeah, you're late. You're in detention now. That's it. Job done. What else is happening? I remember. Okay, so I think we're up with a chat here. If you've got any questions, guys, during the live stream, just hit us up in the chat. I got a ticket. Nice. Excellent. Good to see you down there for a chat. I'm hoping Steve's going as well. I'm hoping he is. Don't know about that one. Do you know about it, Tom? Steve going?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm hoping so. Like I say, I hope we're all there, to be fair. Be good.
Yeah, I hope so as well. Got my ticket. Reef 216 legend. Nice one. Yep. +1 for Jay. Nice. Yeah. We've got to go up there early, by the way. We've got to go early because I've got to do a bit of filming. Sorry, can't make it tonight. I'll catch up with you guys. You're always on, Joe. What's going on? What's happened here? Hit the thumbs up. Cheers. I really appreciate that. She must be on a date night or something, or I don't know, girls' night or something fun. Okay, right. We're up to date with the chat. So I think I should introduce, after half an hour, Gareth, aka the Grumpy Reefer. Welcome to the live stream, mate.
Oh, thank you. Second appearance now.
Second appearance. Yeah, you must be good if you back twice. Tell you.
Or you must be desperate. One of the two.
Never desperate. Never desperate. Here he is. I think this is you here. I know that's Reef Dog. Also a great YouTuber to watch. But if you don't know
if you didn't plan that, that's terrible.
I didn't, honestly, I didn't. Also is the Grumpy Reefer. Here he is. So that's him. Have I shared the screen? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you have. You have. We're there.
You can follow him on Instagram. And we met. Where did we met at Love to Reef, didn't we? Actually,
the first ever one. Yeah.
Yeah, Love to Reef.
Yeah, I was a bit of a fanboy with you. It was quite cringy, I think.
Oh, appreciate it. No, just we had the same tank, didn't we? We both had the Max Nanos, didn't we? So
yeah.
We had some in common, just that connection.
Yeah.
Max Nano party.
Yeah.
So
Max Nano friends.
Yeah.
It's only because we can't afford a bigger tank.
Nano friends.
Yeah.
You can't afford a bigger one.
No.
There is a little group of Max Nano owners, It's like owning your first car, like you're not even big boys yet. You just got your first 1.1 litre. That's what it is.
Yeah. Just got the green past on it instead of the owl plate.
We got the sticker, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, Gareth. How's things been getting on? How's your tank? What you've been up to in the last year? Reefing wise.
The tank's, I don't know, a bit slow now because I've got a new tank in mind after doing DIY SOS in my house. I'm not as invested as in buying as many corals now, just purely because A, saving money for a new tank, B, I'm taking a bit of a risk, I think, personally, emptying quite a lot of water out, hopefully successfully sliding it across my living room, and I don't really want to lose any of my corals. So if I buy any more corals, it's just the added stress of potentially losing a few.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're just looking at the picture now there on screen. It does look pretty packed out there.
Yeah, well, I sent you a message earlier. I don't know if you saw it, but the Dragon Soul that I bought from you last year has now got 10 heads on it in less than a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Growing faster than when I get it growing.
That doesn't mean that you'll get any of the royalties for that, Jay.
No.
It's gonna be can I have a bit of a cut of the frags for that?
Yeah. I've really just been sort of just sticking to the maintenance side of things, really, and letting the tank tick over and grow. The only thing I'd probably say that I have done is I started the Coral Essentials experiment at Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'd heard a lot of good things. I know Steve's a big advocate of it. I'm always quite skeptical, and I like to do my research and read into things a little bit. And all I've really seen about Coral Essentials is only good. Yeah. So I put a few things on my Christmas list, and New Year's Day I started the experiment, and the experiment will go until the day that I break the tank down and sell it, which will hopefully be towards the end of the summer when I get my new tank. So I'm dosing CVE plus every day now. I do the aminos in the morning before work, and then I do the Coral Pro just as lights are just about to go out at night. And I'm obviously seeing quite good results because, I mean, my Dragon Souls just blew up out of nowhere, really, and I'm getting lots of heads on it.
You can just see it, can't you? At the top there. It's huge.
Yeah.
Is it not killing everything? I had to get rid of it to you because it was killing. It was stinging everything.
No, the way the flow is. It's not touched. The only thing it will touch is when I turn the flow off. It'll drop down and it'll drop onto the large frammer that's below it.
Yeah, I can see it here, yeah.
But it doesn't seem to annoy it that much. And then as soon as I start the pumps up, I get my little turkey baster and I just bat all the stingers off basically, and then it's fine again. I've got a bit of a problem with the Superman mushrooms at the moment. They're detaching
down
and popping
here,
up everywhere. Yeah,
we've got loads there. There's about 8 in that corner, isn't there?
Oh, there's more than that. I'm going to say there's 20 plus. 20, yeah, easily 20 plus.
Wow.
Like, they go round the corner as well.
Do you regret putting them in then?
I don't regret them because
they're.
I think that they're a nice sort of beginner coral that are quite bright, but I just don't like what they do. Yeah, so my next tank is going to be, I'm going to say 95% torch. I'm just going to go torch heavy.
Torch garden. Wow.
Yeah, I would like gonnies, but I've always struggled with gonnies. I've never really had any success. I've got a really big Duncan that's got about 14, 15 heads on it as well. I'm going to keep that and maybe frag it up and then just have a few Duncans dotted in there.
Is that the one at the front there, on the bottom right?
Yes, that's the big Duncan. Yeah, with
really nice.
That's my new clam next to it as well. But
oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the clam as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
You gonna talk about your clam?
My clam.
I've got a picture of your clam.
I've heard what Tom calls his. So
no, don't go there. Don't go there. We're not.
Yeah, no.
Is that Tom?
That's my salty clam.
What is yours, Tom? Is it a Durasa?
Yeah, it's Durasa, mate. Yeah,
that's mine. Yeah.
Wow, she's a beauty.
Yeah, she is lovely. The pain in the backside for the first 2 weeks because it wouldn't stay still.
Yeah.
It just kept moving and moving and moving. But I just I rung up AAC because when you go in a shop and they're just sat perfectly, aren't they, on their little plinths?
On the plinth.
I literally spent the first 3-4 days wrestling this little thing back to its plinth. And then I just basically gave up. I rung up AAC a couple of times and spoke to Barry about it. He said it's probably just trying to find the best flow for it and stuff like that.
It's more likely light, to be fair, isn't it? From what I've read, it's more likely they move towards light if they want more light.
Yeah, I do notice though that it will turn with the flow if you watch it.
Well, they're a filter feeder, aren't they? So
what turn to face the flow? You're saying?
Yeah. So the at the front you can see like a tiny hole on that picture.
The mouth, is that a mouth there?
Yeah, that's the mouth. Yeah. So mine faces into the flow now. Whereas I tried to have it the other way around, but it weren't having any of it. So I've just left it alone now and it's happy and it stayed there. I'm slightly a bit dubious when I do break this tank down because of the foot.
Yeah.
But apparently if you get like a razor blade and you scrape underneath it, I think you can potentially annoy them so they let go as well.
Right.
That's the thing that scares me because I don't actually want to lose it. Like I love it, and when people come round, it's actually more of a talking point than my corals half the time.
Corals, yeah.
So it looks massive on here. Is it what's the sort of size? This is a small one, is it? It's hard to tell.
I'd say it's about 4 inches.
4 inches, yeah.
And I've probably bought it at about, I'd say it's grown since I've bought it. But Durasas get huge, so at some point I'm going to have to rehome it or, if you go to AAC and look at the ones that they've got in their tanks, they're absolutely monstrous, really. I wanted to on my new scale.
Looking at one of the comments, Jesus, Riggsy, come on.
Let's have a look.
Come on, we were all thinking it, but we didn't want to say it. All right.
Well, that took longer than I thought, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it took longer than you did when you and I live chat before we came on. Jesus. Horrendous, Tom. Horrendous. So this is
What do you mean?
a Durasa then?
Yeah, so I would like to get a crocea clam. They're smaller, but you can actually put them on your scape because they like more light, I believe.
Yeah.
And croceas don't actually grow that big, but it kind of puts me off because if the crocea's got the same attitude as the Durasa and wants to go for a walk and it falls off my scape, then that slightly put me off. But I was a bit dubious when I first bought it, but no, I'm very happy with it. I'm glad I got one now. So yeah,
it does look really nice. And in terms of care, then, apart from just putting your normal fish food in that you feed the fish, do you need to actually spot feed it, or what do you have to do anything with it?
Some people are read up. I think if they're 2 inches or smaller, a lot of people say you should feed them with Phyto. But I didn't. I mean, mine was about 3 inches, 3.5 maybe. And I didn't do anything. I mean, they take a lot of food from the light as well, and they're always filtering. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it gets anything out of the CVE that I dose daily. I don't know about that, but yeah, no, I don't target it with anything really.
So your tank's quite mature, isn't it? Your tank.
3 years. 3 years in April it'll be. Yeah.
Plenty of stuff knocking about in there, but you would say then it's relatively easy then to look after once. Maybe
the Durasas are the easiest. That's why I got it. But I don't think croceas are too much work compared to Durasa. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try one out in the future. I'm not sure yet.
Oops. I might have to just stop this picture because it's getting far too much attention in the chat. Anyway, on to lovely clam. Have you? Do you want to show yours, Tom?
You've got a picture of my clam, haven't you?
Get your clam out. So we did originally decide to talk about.
To be fair, though, on the back of what Gareth's saying, one thing I will say that I've had a bit of one of those eureka moments today. So I got my ICP back on, what day is it? Wednesday from Triton. First ICP I've done this tank, and got a few frags that were starting to lose colour. They were paling a little bit. So I've got nutrients. I thought, what's matter? You're laughing at more comments.
Sorry, mate. I'm just laughing at the chat.
All right.
Making me laugh.
Making you
laugh. I can't hold it together. Sorry. Go on. I'm not laughing now. I'll be serious.
Serious now. Shout out to Liam, Alex, Drippy. I'm just trying to think who else I shared my ICP with. So two of the main trace elements that were lower than I would have liked were iodine and strontium. And I couldn't understand why. I've hardly got any frags. It's 1,400 litres. I do water changes every week. And why these levels so low? Well, what we're talking about at the minute that basically absorbs a hell of a lot of calcium, strontium, and iodine. And I've had a foot-long clam, being polite, in my tank for just under a month now. That I'm not blaming it, but there's got to be some link to the fact that those trace elements have dropped below where I would like them to be.
Why have we got a video on now? This is even worse. Right. So you reckon this is to blame for your ICP? Yeah.
No, it's not the blame for my ICP. I'm just saying that the three trace elements that clams use more than anything is calcium, strontium, and iodine. So it was just a bit of a coincidence that I've either got any corals in the tank, I do water changes, and those three trace elements are lower than they should be. I'm not reading these comments, but
I can't see him either, but I'm just laughing at Joe. I knew about the calcium, Tom.
I knew Drippy was going to say something like that. Oh dear.
Oh, there is a nice fish that goes past as well, though. Let's try it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Right on the money shot. That's my Corris Ras. That's my Corris Ras. That's my Corris Ras. Cynthia.
Very nice. Very nice. I mean, it's got a nice tail, like nice colours to the tail and stuff, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So thanks for sharing your clams, guys. Appreciate that.
But I think one thing. No, just not trying to play. You know, I think one thing that's important to realise is I had no idea that would affect the trace elements like it has, and it's been in there 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks, and it clearly is, because it was just too much of a coincidence that those three were 3 or 4 trace elements that were lower than I wanted to be, and there was no rationale as to why they would be, and that's all I can put it down to from looking into clams. They are the key 3 that they utilise. So if you are going to have one, all I'm saying is you need to be.
I knew that it soaked up calcium, but I didn't know that it soaked up iodine and strontium. But I dose iodine once a week anyway, so should be fine with that one.
You're right, Jay. You need a minute.
I've just scrolled for about 5 minutes through the chat, and there's not one of them I can put on screen really. I was going to ask, guys, any questions about clams? Any questions for the guys?
Serious questions.
I've not got a clam, so I really can't help you. I don't really know how to look after them.
Well, they're meant to be good. I mean, I don't know lots about them. This is the first one I've had, to be honest with you. But from what I have read as well, they're meant to be good for helping with nutrients in terms of ammonia and nitrate as well, helping process that. So. All right, okay. Lost you again.
Yeah, no. Someone's just asked, how do you keep them happy? How do you keep them happy? Right. I think we need to change course here.
Yeah,
right.
Topic anyway.
Course.
Jiffy, I can't believe he's put that.
Right. Tom, your name's Tom, innit? Tom, what's been happening? What's been happening in your week of reefing, mate? Apart from your ICP and your whatever it is, your barium.
Barium was really high.
Yeah.
And like I've just said, strontium and iodine was lower than I wanted it to be, but nothing. It was probably one of the best ICPs I've had back in a long time. It was just a bit frustrating that we're going through this ugly stage. But are you all right? Still here? Do we need to start again? He's just gone.
No, I'm listening. Critical Reef. Stop.
Are you sure?
Stuff like that. Right. So apart from your
going to regret leaving you in charge this week.
Going on with your tanks on?
There's nothing else to say. We thought you were talking about clams.
No, we're finished. No, we're moving on. We're moving on. Right. New topic.
My clams are laying eggs. My clams are laying eggs.
Is it? Do they lay eggs?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
My clownfish have laid eggs. I sent you a video. What did you think I said?
I thought you said your clam had laid eggs. I was like, they don't lay eggs.
Not that quick. No.
Yeah, okay.
I sent it in the group chat. My clownfish are laying eggs and my chromis are, so happy days with them. Other than that, that's it, really.
Yeah.
Alien corals.
Nice.
Trace levels are low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. Loads of algae, loads of dinos. Diatoms. Yeah.
And did you do like a big water change this morning so you didn't miss the live stream? You're very professional now.
I did 300 litres this morning. Yeah.
You hear that, Gareth? 300 litres? Jesus.
How much salt do you go for a month?
2 buckets.
2 buckets?
Yeah.
What salt do you use?
Blue Bucket, Red Sea.
Oh, same as me, yeah.
So that's 150 quid a month. Maybe I shouldn't say that in case your wife's still listening.
Probably. I think you could probably say 1.5, and then you pass on a little bit, little bits every month you carry over. But yeah, I buy a bucket a month. So yeah. Enough.
Wow.
Enough. But you just do water change.
Because the silicates are mega high on the ICP, if you remember, and that's what I was putting the diatoms down to, whether it was the man-made rock. It's definitely not the RO, but then I read a little bit, I shared in the group chat that, you know, your RO machines don't always, depending on the resin and the membranes, remove silicates. So then I bought a silicate remover just to make sure I'm removing the silicates so that I'm not putting silicates back into the water as I'm trying to dilute them by doing a water change, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, yeah. So you're just going through that stage that we all have to go through it, don't we? The ugly stage, what people want to call it, I don't know, but it's just I had it for
You've been going through it about 40 years, haven't you?
Hey, my mum says I'm all right. My mum says I'm not ugly. Yeah, the ugly stage. I had it for about 3 or 4 months, I think, roughly, and then I'd say after about 14 months, my tank was then it was like just in its rhythm. And after that,
did you use man-made rock or did you use live rock?
No, I used man-made rock, but I didn't buy the cheap one. Like I bought the. To be fair to me, I bought the decent one. You bought a cheap one, didn't you?
Yeah,
I thought you did. Yeah, it was like, what was yours again?
What?
You rock.
What about it? Where was it from?
You actually got yours like professionally scaped, didn't you? I think, is that right?
Yeah.
I thought you did. Yeah. But you're not a big fan of man-made rock, though, are you?
Well, no.
No.
It obviously helps you it helps you away from like critters and anything like that. You don't want contaminants. You don't want maybe from another system. But the biodiversity that I'm missing is huge. And this is the first tank that I've done where it's been solely man-made rock. Every other tank's been a combination of it's either been live rock or a combination of both. But this one's the only one I've done live man-made, and it's been an absolute pain in the backside so far for a number of reasons. Yeah. The phosphate, as you know, was a 6-month battle, and now we've been battling silicates. But I didn't realise we'd got the issue with silicates until I cranked the lights up when I got the frags. So sort of, you know, double whammy. Turn the lights up, and the silicates have just gone hello. Sorry, diatoms have gone hello. So yeah, I'm trying to. I'm running silicate remover. I've been running that for a while now. So I'm doing water changes to try and dilute it. I'm not going to turn the lights off because I know I could do a blackout, but I've got the clam, I've got the fish, and a couple of the frags in there I'm using as indicators, and I'm just gonna be patient like I've been as long as I've with the tank. So it is what it is. It's one of those things, isn't it? You have to take the rough with the smooth. So
I think you're going to go through a lot of pain. Obviously, you're going through that bit now, but I think once it gets settled in, that scape's going to be phenomenal, isn't it? Because you can't make a scape like that.
No, and that's the reason why I went with it. Yeah, and that's the reason why I went with it. I mean, I've got live rock in the sump. Don't forget. I mean, there's about 40 kg in the sump, so there's plenty of of it in there. I think the issue is because I've been doing the water changes and keeping it clean as long as I have. I mean, keeping it too clean, and you sometimes just need to take your hands out of the tank, as we know, and just let nature do its thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you use man-made rock, Gareth, when you set yours up?
I used the Carib Sea Real Reef Rock.
Yeah,
I think that one, the purple one.
That's man-made, isn't it?
Is it?
Man-made,
man-made. Yeah,
man-made.
They call it Real Reef or
something. Though.
Yeah, Real Reef Rock. Yeah, the purple one.
I didn't want to go for live rock because I didn't want pests, and I didn't want Aptasia. And I know that if you go Real Reef Rock, that's the risk that you run with that. In hindsight, would I go Real Reef Rock if I'd started my first ever aquarium again? I probably would do 50-50. I didn't have no bacterial diversity, and I'm sure you remember, Jay. But for the first year, I suffered for nearly a whole year with dinoflagellates. They just kept reoccurring. I could never get my nitrates up above 0, even with dosing. But this time round with my new tank, I'm not going to use that scape. I'm going to do a complete new scape made with man-made rock, but I've got all the bio balls and I'm going to be more prepared. I've got about 1 kilogram of bio balls that I'm going to stick in one of my mate's sumps for about 6 months before I set up my new tank, so
yeah,
I'm not going to really get into that situation like I did with this little Max Nano.
yeah. I think I remember that you had a bit of a terrible time, didn't you? You had a bit of bad luck, didn't you, when you first started out with your Nano?
I was close
And
to
you were
quitting
like,
so many times.
yeah, but like you stuck with it. You kept sticking with it, even though. I mean, how long did it take you to get it like settled?
A year. You know,
year,
you were
yeah.
talking about. You know, you're
Yeah.
talking about the ugly phase.
Yeah.
I didn't have the ugly phase until a year.
Yeah. Oh, you kind of delayed it. You delayed it.
Well, the Dynaflat, I had no nutrients, so I couldn't
Yeah.
grow any algae. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything like that. But yeah, now it's fine. So
yeah, I think Riggs has got a good point. I think this is the first point that's not about clams, so I'm going to put it on the screen. Surprised no one's maturing man-made rock and selling it for a premium.
I think the thing is with rock when it comes to that is it's everything you can't see. You know, if you could see everything under a microscope that comes with live rock versus man-made rock, it'd be a no-brainer. I get the whole idea of pest, Gareth, because I did the same. But
yeah,
I mean, in hindsight, I wish I had stuck with live rock, which is what I've always done. And I've never had. Yeah. It's too coincidental for me. I've never had this ugly stage that I've got now in the 5-6 tanks I've had, because the 5-6 tanks I've had, I've always run with live rock or a combination. Got a coincidence, I doubt it. But I think the biodiversity that's on live rock is so underrated. I mean, they're talking about it now. I mean, for how many years some people have been hobby, you know, you go on Reef Builders and all the YouTube channels at the minute, and it's all about microbiome and bacteria and biodiversity. And we're still, you know, people who have a reef tank in 10, 20 years' time as children's children or whatever you're going to call it, are going to have a lot easier time than we are now. But I suppose you could argue that we're having an easier time than people 10, 20 years ago. It's just a sign of the times. But definitely down to that word, the B word, the bacteria for me, you know, and live rock, if it's seed and it's mature, it's worth its weight in gold. Literally is.
Absolutely. I mean, I've heard that AAC was doing this exact thing. Like they had live, they had man-made rock, and they were curing it basically for a few months.
Yeah.
But they didn't have. They don't have much of it, I don't think, to sell. They've got some.
They have a vat. They have a vat of it under one of their tanks. But I think there's only a certain weight that you're allowed to buy per person. But then there are shops that I don't know if this is true or not, but you can trade fresh rock for seeded rock. Ooh. So you go to a shop and you trade it. I think there's one like that out Colchester way. I can't even remember what it's called, but I think you can just go there and do a swap with something, with rock, and that. But yeah, I don't know how true that 100% is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A couple of things about the rocks here. Yorkshire Reefer says, don't overlook the silicates. Some biomedia can leach. I had the same issue in the early days after realizing that it was my media. So, similar issue. The uglies, I've got the uglies at the moment. Yeah, stick with it, mate. Honestly, it's just not a pleasant phase, but it does go. Mine was 14 months. Yours was a year. You say yours was a year, didn't you, Gareth? Yeah.
No, mine started after a year. I didn't get no ugly stage for the first year because I literally had no nutrients.
Did yours just cycle for a year then, maybe?
No, I don't really know what was going on. I mean, even AAC were completely confused with what was going on. But my tank was just eating up literally everything I put in it.
Yeah, I can remember the time you had. You can make escape out of anything, out of livestock. That's true, yeah. But just need happy to lose hours and hours of building it. It does take a while, doesn't it, to get your escape how you want it and the shape and the flow around it and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I was planning mine for about a day or two. I was just thinking about, you know, the shape and the position. I don't know about yourself, how long it took you to escape yours.
2 nights on the patio.
Yeah, you tend to get like a cardboard, don't you? Cut it out and stuff.
I got a bit of wood from work, cut to the
Measure
size
it
of the
out.
base of the tank. But I'm quite anal like that. I like everything just so like.
I think a lot of us in the hobby.
Sorry, boys.
Like
I had to shake my clam. Sorry.
Oh, come on. Is that a bit of live feeding as well there, Tom? You just drop some food in there.
A little bit of food in there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right, I think we've gone to the main topic since we've done an hour of... Oh, in fact, wait a minute. You guys have earned me some money, look. So thanks. £5 to go to the Clam Lovers Society. Matthew, honest to God, mate, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We don't expect that, but thank you. And I didn't even talk about them. I ain't even got a clam. It's a nice one. I've got $4.99. So yeah, happy with that. Clam Loving Society. I'm sure there is such a thing somewhere. Right. I've got Liam's feeling your pain as well at the same time. I think there's a few people that are going through the same phase. Stick with it, guys. Stick with it. Gorgeous diatom tank at the moment. Did Jill use man-made rock as well?
I think he's used a bit of both, if I remember rightly, but I think he's put live sandy from memory.
Right.
He's still having issues. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Honestly, my living room is going to be a complete mess. Always when he's escaping. I do enjoy building them and seeing them filled up, so prefer a free reign on the design. Yeah, don't rush your design of your aquascape. You look at that for ages, don't you?
Yeah.
Just getting it right. I mean, I think you've nailed it, Tom. I know, obviously, you're just waiting for it to clear up. But once that's cleared, I think you've got loads of like ledges, haven't you?
Cheers, mate. Yeah, loads of flow, loads of space. Yeah, hopefully. Like you say, it's just something I've not been used to going through this sort of stage. But yeah, I think. But what I will say is, I think probably some of it's because I've not rushed it as well.
Yeah, that's it. Take your time with it, isn't it? So we're going to go on to the main topic of tonight's discussion, which is custom made or off the shelf. But before we do that, I want to just put a poll up wherever it is. Here it is. Sorry, I just had to move the camera there. I'm going to put a poll up to see what people have got currently. So what is, I know you like a poll, don't you, Tom? What is your tank? We'll go off the shelf just to see where we are at the moment, see where the audience sits. Off the shelf or custom made. Let's see what the split is there. Start poll. So yeah, hit us up in the chat, guys, and vote now. What are you currently running? Is it on off the shelf or is it a custom made tank? We'll see who we're talking to here in the chat. Where's the poll gone? What's it there? Okay, so is this your first tank, Gareth? The Red Sea Max Nano. Is that your first and only tank so far?
Saltwater, yes. Freshwater before that, but yeah.
So you are an off-the-shelf man, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, not you actually specifically. I mean, your tank is
top shelf, mate.
Top shelf.
Yeah, no, I think if I was a lot richer, I'd probably have a custom tank built into a wall somewhere like Polo Reef. I think that's all I dream.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, I look at Tom's and I'm very jealous right now. But yeah,
clam on my tank.
Well, I'm not jealous of your 300.
Sorry, just
300 litre water tank. Yeah, no, I'd love to go the custom route, but I don't have the room in the house, and also I don't really have that sort of money, I don't think, to be able to do it. But yeah, a boy can dream, can't they?
Got to have ambition. You've got to have ambition.
Yeah, definitely.
So
No, definitely.
I think so. You're kind of saying there that you've gone off the shelf purely because of, well, not just mainly the price, because it's affordable.
No, I think I've gone off the shelf because it was my first marine tank.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Everything's in the little Max Nano. I'm getting my angles messed up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's in there. You don't need to worry about, deciding what skimmer's best and getting a skimmer for that size and stuff like that. My next tank was going to be the new Max Nano XL. So again, bigger, but it's got everything in it again. But now I'm slightly toying with the Reefer 170.
Do it.
It's supposed to be the same tank, but that's got the
dimensions,
isn't it?
Dimensions for me is how I choose a tank. So got to be careful what I say, because she's just got back from Tesco's and she's sitting on the sofa. But I'm only allocated.
Mate,
I'm only allocated this corner.
Yeah.
You're taking her where, Gareth? To Paris for the weekend, did you say?
That's a lovely idea.
That's a cracking idea.
Hey, Alexa, can you book a holiday to Paris for my missus?
Yeah, you're going to pay for it, Joe.
Yeah. I think that's the 170 is also, obviously that's off the shelf as well, isn't it? But why are you toying with that one compared to the Red Sea Max?
So with the Max Nano, you're limited to pumps, you're limited to skimmers. There are a couple of other brands skimmers that you can put in a Max Nano. However, I will say with the new Max Nano XL, they're bringing out that new roller mat, aren't they?
Yes,
which looks quite good.
The Nano roller,
I think like with a sump under a cabinet, there's just a bit more scope, so you can customize things to how you want them. Really, I quite like the idea. Again, be careful what I say. I'm only allowed one tank, and I like to frag. So
in your
the 170 would enable me to have a little light in the cabinet over the sump, a few frag racks, and I can just do my little thing that I like to do. But so I'm still toying at the moment. I found a less than a year old second-hand one from a bloke about 20 minutes away. I'm not on Facebook, but my missus is, and she dropped him a polite message to WhatsApp me, but I've never heard from him. So it was a pretty good bargain for a year old, and it come with literally everything bar the skimmer. So
wow. Just listening to you talk about it there, I think I'd go with the 170 as well.
It's like just literally from the wall to the edge of the sofa, which you can just see. 60 centimeters in length is going to be a very tight fit. The new Max Nano is 50, I believe. So it gives me 10 centimeters more to play with, really.
And then you're going to get equipment as well that you can maybe move onto other tanks as well. Whereas the Max Nano that you've got here, same as mine, is kind of, you use that kit for that tank, don't you? You don't really move it on to your next tank. So I think, like, for longevity, the 170 might fit better with that. And I like the idea of like just fragging underneath. I think that's a pretty cool thing as well if you've got that space.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I was allowed more than one tank, I would go for the.
It's like he's a naughty boy, isn't it? He's like, if I was allowed more than one.
Yeah.
I couldn't cope with more than one.
I'm really liking the Reef Casa frag tanks.
Yeah.
March
they sell them in AAC. Because Paul's good friends with March. I can't remember his name. That's it.
March, awesome channel.
And I've actually seen the frag tank on display at AAC on the teal area, and so it is something I would like a little one of them, maybe in the kitchen. But
they're nice. They're really nice.
So you could have more reasons to cook dinner, Gareth.
Yeah.
And do the ironing and the dishwasher.
So Drip is saying get the 170. Then NG Reaper's telling you to go extra 30 and get the 200. I don't know if you get the sofa in then. So most people. What would you tell him, Tom?
Me,
170 or the all-in-one?
all day long. All day long. I wish I'd have got 170 as my first tank. I missed out on one. Yeah, definitely 170.
Hayley's saying get the 525 because she's got one and it's amazing. Great tank. Fair play. I'd love a tank that's nice size. And someone said, Hayley, have you got any pictures of your tank? Yeah, if you message me on Instagram, I'll stick some pictures up of your tank if you want, Hayley. We're happy to share pictures.
Yeah, share the love
online. Lay a new carpet upstairs and you might get one.
I'm laying flooring upstairs. So. Tom, yours is obviously custom. Where did you get yours made?
MBM did mine.
Oh, okay. Because the nearest custom place to me is in Hertfordshire and it's ND Aquatics. I know Carl gets a lot of tanks from there.
Reef King.
Carl,
a lot.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to end the poll.
Oh.
I can't hear. Gareth, have you just dropped out on the sound there?
Don't think so, have I?
Oh, no, sorry.
You just took over. It's your teacher voice.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate.
I
couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything. Sorry. I think my sound dropped out. Apologies. Did I cut you off? Carry on.
That's all right.
Carry on, children. Talk amongst yourselves, children.
Right. The poll says off the shelf 66%. Custom made is 33%. I just want to do an extra poll just before we talk about custom because Tom's going to tell us a bit about custom as well. All right, Tom.
Okay.
You got some pictures, haven't you?
I shared you some pictures. Yeah.
I want to pick your brains as well because obviously I want to know a bit more about how you go about planning this. But before we do that, can I just ask another poll? I want to see what the most popular brand is. Do you want to have a little prediction on the off-the-shelf brands?
All right. Okay. I'm going to go Red Sea number one.
Red Sea.
Yeah,
right.
So Red Sea.
For the majority win anyway.
So let's go. Let's just see who our reefers are here. I've got Red Sea. I've got to try and remember the main ones. Waterbox.
DD. Yeah, DD.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Nios. They do tanks.
They do.
Yeah. Well, I can only have four. We only have four guys.
No. Well, that's a bit pants, isn't
it? Hey, that's YouTube for you. But we've got $4.99, so we might be able to bribe them to do more.
All right, okay.
Are we putting Nios as the fourth one then? Or should we go with a different one? Is there one bigger than Nios, do you think? We've got Red Sea, Waterbox, DD.
I would say somebody like Fluval, maybe, or somebody like that.
Yeah. Oh,
a regular brand.
Yeah, got to cater for Steve, haven't we? This one's going to be a quick poll, guys. Just want to see what off-the-shelf brands you're going to hit the poll. Yeah, let us know. I'm interested to know who's got DD because that's what I'm going to go for if I go off the shelf next. I do like the DD tanks. I know Paul's kind of convinced me with them as well.
Very deep. Very deep, though. They're very deep. Is it the DD 900?
Yeah, that's the one I like, actually.
Yeah, I looked at that, I'd say about 18 months ago. Yeah, they're very, very deep.
What's very deep?
This
deeper than a max now, that's for sure.
The depth.
No,
that's towards the wall.
Sorry,
you have to get on your little ladder.
Surface the sand. Yeah.
Oh, you have to have a really long arm, basically.
Yeah. You'd need like
ladder.
Yeah.
Not that small. Mate, you've met me, I'm not that small. I don't think 5'5" is small.
Mate, I was walking out car park looking for you and I realised you were down there.
Yeah, 5'9.5". What's wrong with you?
Oh dear.
What is wrong with you? DD is lush. Yeah, I think my next one, if I get off the shelf, is going to be a DD. I've got a 900. There you go. Have you got long arms? Don't know. Or a step ladder. Love DD. I love the cabinet, and I've seen one in real life.
Yeah, the cabinets look awesome. To be fair.
They do. Love my Critical Reef. I didn't, mate. Nice. I am
What's
really
the depth on the 900 then? What is it? Height? Sorry, height.
It's I can't remember what it is, but it's a lot deeper than other tanks.
A lot of love for DD tonight. DD
Aquarium Pro Reef 900.
I'm
looking now on Swell. I'm talking to you.
What do you want me to put on the screen for you, Tom? Or
no, you're all right.
Cabinet make the difference. There's a lot of love for DD here. This is interesting. This whole live stream topic is set up for me just to have a little think about things. So you're helping me out a big time. I mean, that's what I was thinking. The DD, I do love the look of them.
600.
Shallower than the 170. What is 600?
600 depth, 60 centimeters. Aquarium, yeah.
That's not too bad.
90 centimeters long, 50 centimeters wide, front to back, and 60 centimeters tall, top to bottom.
20-inch deep. There you go. Look as well. Yeah, they do, mate. They just look premium, don't they? They do look expensive. I agree with that, Alex.
The cabinet choices are good as well.
Yeah, 1200.
Yeah, they do look nice.
That must look a bit shallow then. If it's a 1200, but it's still the same depth. It's getting wide, that is, isn't it? I have the 4-foot one. Yeah, a lot of love for DD. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to end that poll very quickly, though, guys. I'm guessing Red Sea is top, but let me have a little look. I do love Red Sea as well, to be honest, but
you can share it.
I'm going to share what the poll is finished. Yeah. So, 62% Red Sea, DD 20%. What? I'm surprised with Waterbox being lower than DD. I am surprised there. I know, obviously, Waterbox.
It's not a brand. It's not a brand that I've ever seen stocked in shops, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many tanks on the shelf these days, as in on the shelf. It's all online, isn't it? Let's be honest, and drop shipped and warehouse or whatever. There's not many I've seen actually in flesh and blood.
Yeah, and no fluvels on here at the moment. Stands look really well built. Yeah, everyone could send a picture. Wait a minute, it'd be great if everyone could send a picture of their tanks, mate. Do it. Send me a picture on Instagram. I'll try and get it on. Just fill my chat up on Instagram, and I'll try and do a little gallery in the last kind of 20 minutes and just show the tanks. Absolutely. So do it from Instagram. Was it DM me? DM me. I don't know if that's a thing, but DM me. Yeah. I've got a water box, but I also love DD. Yeah. A lot of love. Beautiful tanks. Insta Real P. Yeah, whack it on my Instagram, and I'll go through them in a minute. Seal issues on the Red Sea. Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why they brought out the Gen 2, isn't it? Because they've got the reinforced seals on them, all the Gen 2 ones.
Yeah, the armoured guard in it, like, basically covers.
Yeah.
It does look, that does look good. It does look good. Anyone have
you've got to think about that from a business point of view. You're probably going to look at quantity over quality, probably. Because the reason why they've got the percentage is because they've flooded the market for so long.
Yeah, I think so. Anyone got aquarium systems in the chat, guys? I don't think we've had. Tom, have you had it? No. You've been in the hobby a long time. No. Reason why we ain't got water box, Tom?
Fins.
Sell direct.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go. The Insta reel I made. Oh, mate, that's sad. Split the reefer seal and the Red Sea Gen 1. To be fair, Gen 2 looks much better. They're agreeing with you there, Gareth. With the new armoured guard. Right, so Red Sea is the most popular, but it seems like DD has got the most love from the off the shelf.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
We've talked about its limitations in the sense that you have to have what it is, the dimensions and stuff like that, but you get a cheaper option to buy. And if you're new to the hobby, maybe like me and Gareth, you're going to get off the shelf probably because you're going to put your trust in the manufacturer to give you something that works. But many people, if they had the money, maybe, if we got lucky on the Euros tonight, I don't know, hey Gareth, we could maybe get a custom. Maybe. So the question I want to know about custom, obviously, you've got a custom, Tom. Is that your first custom?
No, it's my second.
Second custom, right? So I'm going to show some pictures. I don't know if you want me to show you in any particular order. You want to talk about your custom, but one thing, can you tell me about how on earth where do you start with the design? Like, how do you know what to ask for? I wouldn't know what to ask for.
Well, I think first and foremost, you need to think about, where it's going, as in location. Bit of common sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound
Looking
too
like
boring. Go on.
No, sorry, mate. No.
Don't want to be too boring, but think about where it's going to be situated in terms of, is it a load, from a load bearing point of view, concrete base, wooden base, etc. In terms of your house, because the last thing you want to be doing is having to do some construction work, which I know many people have done, me included in the years, to be able to compensate for the weight, because of, I think from memory, it's about just short of 2 ton. Just a lot of weight. Well, where else do I say? Electric points, electrics, decor. How do you want it to fit with the rest of the house? Getting it into the house, built on site, built in a workshop. And then that's before you've even thought about what you want to keep in it. What fish do you want to keep in it? What corals do you want to keep in it? How do you want to run the filtration? Do you want an aluminium stand? Do you want a steel stand? Do you want a wooden stand? There's so many caveats to it, really.
There is.
So many.
I'm just going to put a few pictures on, if you don't mind, Tom, just so you can see.
No, I don't mind at all.
So you chose, first of all, to build yours at your house. Is that right?
No, mine was built in a workshop at MBM, and then brought to the house, and then assembled at the house. So that was it. That was it in its earlier form. Back in, I think it was February last year. Yeah. When the glass had been put together. I asked for a mitered corner, which was a stipulation of mine because of where that corner you're looking at there, it's hard to see on that picture, but from where and again, this is as I think the more tanks you've had and the more ups and downs you've had and things that you'd want to change and things that you want to replicate from tanks you've had success with, when you get to a point where you can, I suppose, afford to, get your dream tank, which was this for me, there's so many variables and caveats, as I said, that you want to put into it. And it's better to overthink it than underthink it, as daft as that sounds. So the reason for the mitered corner, for the main reason for that was where I sit on an evening and look at my tank, I sit and pretty much look at that corner of the tank. So the one thing I didn't want was a big, thick, black bead of silicon like you'd have on any other sort of tank, obstructing the view of the fish as they swim by or corals or whatever. So, that was the reason for the mitered corner. And I don't know what else you really want me to say, really. It took about a year to plan. I wanted to go metric because it made measuring out in terms of doors, cabinetry. So we've got an IKEA, I think it's called a Bestie unit around the TV in the living room. Yeah. Got a furniture sort of set up. So I wanted it to tie into the rest of the room. And I think with such a big tank, you can see it just there, Jay. If you got, that's it. Yeah, if you click on that one. Yeah. So before we had the pelmet done, you can see the cabinets at the side. Nice, yeah. So a 9.5 foot, 9.2, being precise, tank in a 5.5 meter square room is a big tank. And I think sometimes we all can get carried away if, the bigger the better. And for me, I wanted a tank that was obviously as big as I could get away with, but at the same token, didn't take over the house. So it was all about, and I'm sorry for these words, it was all about length. Yeah. As opposed to width, because if I had have gone deeper in terms of front to back, it would have encroached too much in the house, into the living room. It would have taken up too much. So that's why I decided to go a little bit higher than I would have probably preferred normally. And I went 700 in terms of height. But going back to what I said a minute ago with the furniture in the house, I tried to tie it in such a way where the doors and the cabinetry, they were the same size as the doors around from IKEA around the TV unit, so it looked like it was meant to be. So it looks like it was built in, and it almost takes you right. It almost takes you right away from the tank, as daft as that sounds, being a 9-foot tank, in the sense that it's sort of, that one's probably a better one, Jay. If you keep going up to your right, up that one there, so it's more built in.
Yeah. I can see the doors there, can't you, in the cabinet?
Yeah.
And then you've got like a side access there. I mean, does that cover up, or is that always just accessible?
It's accessible for me. It's just literally for me to change dosing containers, because I've got that much equipment underneath it that I had to measure everything really accurately. Because the one thing I wanted to run on this tank was that I didn't run on my old tanks was a chiller. So there's a Teco chiller on this, so I can take that first panel off and expose the chiller behind it.
Yeah.
In the summer months, and if I don't need it, I can cover it up.
Mate, it's just such a nice, sleek design, isn't it? That really well thought out, and it just looks premium as well, like the way it looks on the cabinet.
It took a lot of thought and effort, like I say. Yeah.
Can I ask you the one I want to ask you is about, about the sump? Has this one got the sump on?
Yeah.
Like, how do you go about designing the sump area? That's the thing.
Well, I think the sump area, again, you're dictated to to an extent, depending on what volume of water you're running, obviously, for your runoff, in terms of emergency overflow. Your power cut, your sump needs to be able to hold your running height of your tank. But then it boils down to you, the reefer. What toys are you wanting to run? I mean, for me, it was all about feeding it heavy in, heavy out. So big skimmer. Carbon dosing with the zeolite reactor, but also, like I've just said a second ago, from experience, being able to put a chiller in there, so you can see the chiller in there.
This is it here, isn't it? The black bit. Yeah.
Black bit there, and the calcium reactor next to it. So, I can pop that first door off in the summer, and there's enough ventilation.
Yeah, mate, that looks incredible. It does look really well thought out. In the way in which you've done it. I can see the huge vent at the top here as well. Is that for to get fresh air in, or is that to cool the lights
so
down?
That was because pH is king, because it is.
pH. I thought you were going to say that. Yeah, nice.
Monetized. It was pretty much. It was one of those things that I thought I better do it while I can. So when we had the new kitchen fitted a couple of years ago, we didn't use the original extractor fan that was in the kitchen before that we ripped out. So because it had a carbon filter built in, so the extractor fan vent was still there, and I just thought, why not use it? It's there. So we drilled bored a hole through the kitchen. My missus was at work, obviously. Bored it all through, put a vent on it. And then it's on a humidity and temperature controller, and that pulls it straight outside. So this is going to be this year is going to be the first full summer, because I really only wet the tank in September last year, that I'll get to experience, temperature and etc. And I can literally, the fan in the kitchen can pull air and humidity and moisture out of the cabinet, because obviously there's a pelmet around that now as opposed to that picture, and help control temperature and pH. So I just thought, while we've got it, let's do it.
Even the trussing where all the electrics is, you've done a really neat job of that as well, haven't you? At the top there, I can just see all the electrical point for your coral. I guess for your coral cares are all plugging into there.
Yeah, coral cares and reef brights are on there. Yeah.
It's very well thought out. Very well thought out. Is there any other pictures you'd like me to? Is that the cornering that you're on about there? Is that the mitering?
That's the mitre corner. Yeah.
That looks so sleek. That does.
And that's done with clear silicone. So it took a few attempts for Mick to do it, but it came out really, really well. And like I say, when you sat down on an evening, and you can still tell it's a joint in terms of glass and silicone, but it's a lot less sort of intrusive than a thick black line as you get on other builds, with it being clear, which was a nice touch, which Yeah, I think Liam's got one as well. He copied me.
He's got my. Yeah, I can see why. I can see why though.
It's a nice. It's all those little details for me that the more you think, the more thought you put into it. You know.
I think we've seen. That's obviously when they're just building the frame and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting it all sorted out.
Laser leveled up, everything. Yeah.
So you didn't build this though. The company came in and built this for you, did they? In position.
No, we ordered the frame and well, we had to push it on because we were waiting for a lot longer than we anticipated. So we had to have a few people help out build the frame in the end because we've got a lot of people waiting, electricians, etc. But yeah, we got it built in the end. Wasn't that hard, to be fair. A lot more lightweight than you anticipate. You look at that, you think I know it's aluminium. You think it's gonna be heavy, but it wasn't. It was quite easy to get in, to be fair. I'm glad I went with the aluminium frame. In all honesty, compared to steel, which I've had before. Yeah. It's much easier to mount things to as well because it's quite a soft metal. If you want to mount, you know, if you want to drill in a mounting plate or something else you want to, mount internally, it's quite a nice. That sounds weird. It's quite a nice alloy to deal with. Aluminium. It's quite forgiving. So.
And it's I guess anti-rust as well, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Anti-corrosion. It looks absolutely fantastic, your tank, mate. I really love it. But is there any either advice for anybody who's thinking about going custom or any drawbacks to having custom? Have you found any drawbacks, mate?
I would probably say it's really hard. It's like we had our garden done year before last. Well, a couple of years after COVID, and we spent a lot of money on the garden. And the kind of point I'm going with this is that when you've got an idea in your head, the more that you can create a little scrapbook, folder, whatever, in terms of pictures, ideas, the more you can do that, the better, because you are trying to, put that information to somebody else's head almost, whoever's doing it for you, to sort of encapsulate and understand the dream that you're having. In terms of trying to replicate that is quite difficult. So I think definitely do some research. I mean, a lot of the time I spent designing this was based on YouTube, was based on Instagram. I've said this before, there's a lot of information out there. Look at what other people have done. It's not a bad idea. Pinch ideas from people, what you like, what you don't like, and kind of use that as a foundation. It's never going to go according to plan because it's not off the shelf.
Yeah,
that is unfortunately one of those things. There'll be certain things that are absolutely so obvious, they're staring you in the face, that you won't have thought about. And that's why I would always go with somebody who's experienced in the hobby, in the trade, who knows what they're doing. And I'd always add 10-20% in terms of budget for things that you want to change, things you want to add, things that you don't like, because again, it's not on off the shelf, and I'm not saying off the shelf is a bad thing. There's plenty of pros and cons. What I'm saying is, when you're buying off the shelf tank, that is the price. That is the tank. Whereas with custom, you can get a little bit carried away and start adding things, and it gets out of hand from a cost point of view. Stuff that you might not need, stuff that you probably rushed into buying that you might think twice, did I actually need it? And things that you could have probably replicated by buying something off the shelf, as daft as that sounds. So there's lots of caveats to it. There's a lot to think about. And I'd also say that a custom tank, really, for me, is only necessary if you're wanting a tank in a certain size or to fit a certain void in a room. I mean, if I could have got an 8-foot tank off the shelf and had it within 2 to 3 months, I would have bought one. Yeah. End of.
It's going back to what Gareth said about having it custom, maybe putting your wall, or like Parker's Reef, he's got it all built in, and that's the kind of thing that you've got there, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got this built in. Yeah.
How much would you say of that design you've got behind you is your design, is your ideas? Like, is it 100% all your ideas, or were you influenced a little bit by them?
No, not 100%. I spoke to Sam Parker myself on Facebook. I spoke to him a few times.
Oh, did
And this is
you?
what I'm saying. There's absolutely there's no shame in reaching out to people on social media just because they've got, 100,000 followers. Don't mean they're not going to answer you. If everybody wants some help, who's going to give somebody some help? Why not? So I spoke to Sam about the coral care. See, he runs the same lights as me, and what his advice on that, and the cabinetry, and a few other things. And again, there's no shame in that. Again, the thing for me was a lot of this equipment, as I said to Paul when he's asked me before on Fish Palace, on other streams we've done, a lot of this equipment I've had for years. I've upgraded, skimmers and pumps, etc., etc. So going back to your original question in terms of the design, I designed this around the equipment that I'd got and I was going to put in it. And I think one point I would say to people, is what I would one recommendation I would make is pick the equipment you want: skimmer, lights, pumps, whatever, filter mat, whatever you want to call it, all the toys, all the gadgets, etc., and then make sure your tank's big enough to house them, as opposed to build a tank and then have a nightmare trying to fit it all in.
That's weird for me to think that way, but that's the way to do it, isn't it? Pick your equipment 100%. And then
See, these five doors are, what are they? Just under 600. These panels are just under 600 wide, and behind each panel, sound like a game show host. Behind each panel, there's a prize. behind each panel, there's a coral care. There's a light. The point I'm making with that is that I wouldn't have been able to get the lights had I have not measured it the way I did it. Yeah. So, but originally I wasn't running coral cares. I was running the T5, so that was a little bit of luck. But the point I'm making is that I'd be lucky that I could get 5 in quite equally or quite evenly. So I think the best bit of advice I can give anybody if you think about a custom tank is write down your wish list like an 8-year-old on Christmas Eve. What do I want to put in this tank?
Are you ready?
In terms of equipment.
Gareth, get writing your list down here.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, right, so I've spoke about the Max Nano XL. I've spoke about the 170, but I'm slightly concerned about the 170 in length from wall to sofa.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, maybe I could get a custom tank.
I mean, that's why I want.
The issue I had I had read before this. I had an 8-foot custom. Put that in the garage with the fish house when I was running the fish house, and then bought a 625 XXL during COVID when nobody could talk to each other. And the one thing I didn't like about that, well, you know what I mean, proper lockdown. Well, it was my 40th in 2020. I was meant to be in Lanzarote, so I ended up buying a off-the-shelf Red Sea 625. No, it was just the space for all the stuff. Apex or ATO, dosing containers, and I've run calcium reactors. So calcium reactors, fire extinguisher, CO2, it was just never enough room. So the one thing I wanted to make sure with this was that I had enough room, which is why I proper dialed it to a point with Mick from MBM where, when the power's off, I could fit all that equipment in. And the other good thing about a custom as well, if you're lucky enough, you can, one thing I did with Mick was I took a lot of the equipment that I'd got and I put it in the sump dry, obviously. And I could, from a footprint point of view, we could make sure it all fit. So when it came to the cabinet and everything else, there was enough room. And if I hadn't done that, I would have been banging my head now because there's no way I would fit the chiller in, the Trident, the whatever else that I've got in there. There's no way.
See, with me,
sorry, mate.
Oh my God! I was just going to quickly say that I was speaking to one of my mates who's a reefer as well, and about the problem I would have with a 170 is in the sump area, there's no room for an ATO, and I think they have the little compartment in the sump with the ball valve thing, but I don't want that. I like in my Max Nano, I've got a big 25-litre jug, and it lasts me however many weeks. I don't have to worry about it. But it ties in with like what Tom's saying, is like he can choose where he wants to put things and stuff like that. I was saying to my mate, I was like, I can't fit an ATO anywhere. Like, I couldn't put it next to the sofa. I spoke to Paul at AAC briefly about it quite a few months ago, and he said about drilling through an external wall, having an RO unit in a protected sort of storage thing where it wouldn't freeze, the water wouldn't freeze. I don't really want to be drilling through external walls. But then it ties in quite nicely because 2-3 days ago, Red Sea have just released the Red Sea cans, haven't they? For the limited space. Yeah, for the limited space for ATOs. And they actually fit in where they are, but they fit in the 170. Yeah. So in down between the side of the cabinet and the sun. But yeah, I mean that's another thing that was putting me off slightly about the 170 is I would literally have nowhere for the ATO until the other day when Red Sea resolved that issue, but I'd have to spend 70 quid on a tub just to put RO in. I think they're like 60-70 £.
Yeah.
What's this? Reef cans.
That's it, reef can, yeah.
Let me just, I'm not showing the screen. Let me just share this. I didn't even know these things existed, mate. Because this might help.
Well, you're never on the live stream, mate.
You have to get that in, didn't you, Tom? Is it on the screen now, guys? Is it on the?
No.
Here.
No.
It should be coming on now. I think it's just a bit delayed, possibly. Or maybe not. Maybe not. It's not coming on.
So I think they're doing They're doing two different sizes. One's 18 litres and one's a 40-litre one.
I've got it here. Yeah, it's a 41 that I've got here, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So, yeah, it should be on now. It should be coming on. The Reef Can top-off reservoir. So this is brand new out.
The 69 is the 18-litre one. The 99 is the 40-litre. So the £70 one, 18 litres, Red Sea reckon that will keep your tank topped up for 2 weeks if you have a 200-litre tank. That's what they say on the advert, I believe.
Wow. Quite a sleek design, especially that 18-litre one. God, that's thin. Very thin and tall, isn't it? So
but that would be perfect for me and you, Joe. Well, I know you don't have a cabinet, but even in there, I could get rid of the 25-litre jug that takes up a hell of a lot of room, and I could have one of them. Fair
play, Gareth there. Expected in the UK, April 2024. A new product. I mean that suits what you need, doesn't it? Yeah, if you get your 170, that would be perfect.
Yeah, but it's just the pain when you've got limited room, having to think, oh God, where am I going to put an RO system? And then obviously your RO is going to be having to be topped up more because it's a bigger tank. Like, I dread to think how much you use in RO, Tom.
I'll tell you.
Getting his calculator out here.
I'm not. Do you know what? I'm falling out of love with the reef very quickly at the minute.
No, Tom, come on.
So, I say that. I think I'd do. I think it's around 40 litres a week.
40 litres a week? Sorry, I was just asking my missus for another beer.
Yeah. 40, 50 litres a week. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Awesome. So there's
it depends on things. There's so many caveats to that. It depends on depends on like you know, temperature in the house, is the heating on and X, Y, and Z. But yeah. Around 40 to 50. Yeah.
I take it you make your own as well.
Yeah, I make my own. And the reservoir and again that was the other thing was, and this goes back to the custom conversation. I did the sump in a sense that I could get as much as I could with the ATO, so I didn't have to keep filling it up. You know? So I think my ATO holds 90 litres.
Right.
But the problem I've got is because of the water level, because of the little new jet pump that I use on the ATO, I never sit it anywhere near the top. I run it about 70%, 75%. Because, excuse me, if I push it too much, it sort of like back siphons, pushes it through into the tank. If that makes sense. So I run it about 75%. Yeah.
So loads of comment in the chats, guys. Tom, thanks so much for sharing your expertise. Tom's tip, that was a good one. Buy the equipment and then design your tank. Man, I'm gonna remember that. Good tip.
Yeah, or look at what you're planning on putting in it. You know, because there's nothing worse than trying to put a square peg into a round hole. Is all I'm saying. So if you know what you want to run and you've got the equipment, and now, especially in the hobby, you know, with second-hand market being so lucrative for people to pick up on bargains and stuff, you know, you don't want to buy a pump and then find out that the baffle's been put in the sump and it's an inch too tight or small or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Lead times, people are saying that's a drawback of your custom.
It is.
How long did you wait?
It's a bit like, God, longer than I wanted. A lot longer. I anticipated it. Well, I think altogether it was about 6-7 months.
Yeah, it's quite a while, isn't it? That really, if you've got the bug and you want to get going with it, you have to have a bit of patience there.
I think we've got to realise it's custom. It's not off the shelf. It has to be made. It has to be cut. It has to be measured. Liam
said 7 months as well, start to finish.
Yeah.
Wish I'd gone off the shelf. That's interesting. A custom and then the vote for off the shelf. Oh, power cut mine. Reef light's gone down. Yeah, so there you go. Was that the lead time? Must be the lead time. It's just that was a long time to wait. Love your tank, Tom. Exactly as you say, really nice size. But it doesn't take. I know you've invited me to do a video at yours at some point, so I'm going to take you up on that if I can.
Oh, yeah, if you only live half an hour away, but you know it must be something in the water. Everybody else wants to come around, but you down. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to come round.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, but if you invite me, I'd love to come round.
We're renting a sunbed, I think, soon. If you're interested.
Here we go.
Bring your little goggles.
You've already got all your what is it? Your Phillips coral care. I can just lay under that.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Proper dream tank, Tom. Yours. Proper dream tank.
Cheers. Thank you.
It is.
But I think the other thing I would say is that you're never going to be happy with it because there's always going to be something that you're going to sit there and think, why did I think of that? Why did I do that? I mean, the biggest godsend I will say about this, and it's more really to do with the cabinetry that we put together afterwards, after the tank was on, was the false back. I said it's to Mogsy when he came out to see me. And it doesn't sound important and it doesn't sound that amazing, but if you've got, it's hard to sort of describe it now while everybody's listening, but you normally mount your controllers to a wall, and your wires dangle down behind your sump. Well, if you can mount those controllers to a panel, and there's another panel, let me think about this right, behind it, then those wires can, don't make any sense. It sort of tidies them up. So we created a false back. So it's nice. It's not the tidiest, but it's nothing like Spaghetti Junction, which is what I always wanted. So when it comes to labeling and controlling where everything is, it's these little details, you know, just make all the difference for me. They really do.
Just smart design, isn't it? John said, did you take advice from MBM? Because obviously he knows you got it from MBM.
I've known Mick for a long time. Yeah, I did. You don't go to the butcher and talk about cabbages. You know, you've got to listen to what they know for a living. But at the same token, I think sometimes you have to also, as the customer, and let's be honest, these custom designs aren't cheap. You have to dig your heels in. And if it's something that you want, then you have to say that's what I want.
Yeah. Stand your ground.
You have to stand your ground, and unless, because I know, Liam's had a few issues with his flow to go, not working out as anticipated, as expected. And I think, manufacturers and, designers have got to take that responsibility and make sure that it's foolproof if people are paying hard-earned money, just like Red Sea would and D&D would and whoever else would. So I think you know, all I would say is, I said earlier about the garden, and like if you were having a bespoke kitchen, it's you've got to. The more that you can do in terms of researching and taking photo, you know, screenshots of other people's tanks and YouTube and whatever else, the closer, not perfect, but the closer you are going to be to get to replicating that dream in your own front room, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It is. Money's not easy to come by. It's your money at the end of the day, so you should have what you want at the end.
Exactly, it is, and it should be what you want. But what it should be is something that works for you. Thanks, Lee. And and I designed this for me because I wanted it to be in such a way that it wasn't a ball ache doing husbandry, so doing a water change, accessing plugs, turning things off, taking the skimmer head out, and all these things, like I said earlier, about measuring your sump and where things go, are all relevant because I've had tanks before where I couldn't get the skimmer in, so I had to take the head off, get the body in, put the head on. When it comes to cleaning it, it's just a ball ache. And as I always say, if it becomes a ball ache, you stop doing it. You stop doing it, it becomes a problem. You have a problem, your tank gets the face on. You know, so make it easy for yourself is all I'm saying. If you can.
Absolutely.
Or where you can.
Ian's now wishing he has a custom aquarium as well. It's as tiny, according. He's probably got a Max Nano, same as me and Gareth. Ian, I saw your statement earlier, your comment earlier, Ian. Thank you. I really appreciate your kind words about the channel. So thank you very much, mate. It's great to have followers like you. Liam says, do lots of research. I wish I'd have done lots more by the looks of it. I wish I'd done some more personally. Look into it. Speak. Like I think you've already mentioned that, Tony. Speak to people who have already got them, probably.
Definitely. I mean, we're talking, you know, and this isn't a bragging, but you know, I saved up a lot. You know, I planned this for over a year, but we're talking a serious amount of money. And I think the other issue with custom is not an issue. One thing for people to think about is that you know, we're not talking about buying a tank from Charterhouse or from a company where you can just say, I'm not happy with this, send it back, or come and collect it. You know? And so you need to be, and again, you need to be strong enough to say, as a person, and I don't mean strength, I mean as in personality, to say I'm not happy with that. I want it. I want this, or I don't like that. I want that. And I know that. And I'm not. You know, I'm not pointing fingers, but you just need to be strong enough, because if you don't, you will end up regretting it, and it will cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, it's definitely more hassle to get the tank that you want, probably, rather than just going off the shelf. You don't have that hassle, do you? You know what you're buying. If
you're buying off the shelf and it comes damaged, you just make a phone call, send an email, and you get a new one. Don't you?
Yeah, much easier. Lee likes your Coral Cares. Coral Care Lights. Haley's going anti-water change. Moggs is not on tonight, so we're not in the anti-water change category here tonight. But I know you and Moggsy fly the flag for anti-water change, Haley. What else is happening? She's lasted a water change in 2022. Wow, 50 litres. You've gone 6 times that in one day. Martin Ward says, my next reef tank's definitely going to be custom. Much bigger sump. Standard sizes tend to be a bit rubbish. Good morning from New Zealand. Morning to you. Thanks for getting up early to watch the live stream, mate. I appreciate that. We love international guests on the show, so yeah. Hope you're enjoying the rest of the show. What else is happening here? Water change topic. You can get similar at a caravan shop right now. Oh, that's the.
He's on about the Red Sea water container. I've seen that the other day on Instagram. Somebody had got something that looked identical for literally 30 quid.
30 quid. There you go.
Yeah.
So the reefing premium. I think maybe more than 7 to 10 days, that container, possibly. Yeah. Not if you're doing 40 litres a week on ATO. Just shy of 100 litres a week for mine. Jesus.
Yeah.
How do you not get damp? How do you not get damp in a house when you got 100 litres evaporating? It's got to go somewhere.
Jay,
I went to
you'd
Leeds.
be
I went to, yeah, you would. I went
He'd
to
be
Leeds
there
the other
every
day.
other evening, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Spotless.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
stressed out.
Yeah, he showed me the cellar, to be fair, and all these 3 tanks. I went with Matt, a friend of mine, and all I can remember, all I can sort of experience, I suppose, it was just wow. My head was just like, there's just wires everywhere. It was like going to see Doc, Doc off Back to the Future. It was like something that you'd expect in his garage. You're just like pipes everywhere. And I mean, the thought he'd put into it, fair play, Lee. Like, wow, just fair play to run 3 systems like that on that sump. But yeah, it's a lot of effort. But credit where it's due. It works for him.
Fully loves the hobby. He's fully into the hobby.
He does. He'd even got a 50-inch TV with marine fish on it when we came in. 3 tanks and a 50-inch TV with loads of corals on it.
I think I've had an invite to Leeds as well. Yeah, so hopefully I can get around there at some point. Your containers here, Gareth, not that they're yours, but you mentioned them. People are saying they're a bit pricey. Crazy that,
yeah,
mate.
They are. I was going to say, if the Yorkshire Reefer wants to send me a link to the 30 quid one, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, just share the link for the caravan one. Very true, 12 to 16 inches. Yeah, a lot of people talking about that container. Who built yours? Liam. It's the same, I think, as Tom's, I believe. Is that right?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Great for refugiums. You ain't got a refugium, have you? Or are you planning to do one?
No, but you can always swap it out. And again, if you design it in a way, you can change, you can swap things. I think that's more down to the size, really. I was fortunate enough because the sump's sort of 6 foot. So, yeah.
Well, you've got a beautiful tank. Right, what I'm going to try and do now, because I did promise people if they message me that we could have a quick look on Instagram. Do you mind, guys? I know we're like 2 minutes from the end.
No, do it.
Let's get it on. So
let's get it on. I like Barry White.
Oh, wait, we've only got 2 messages, so this should be. I've got one from Liam. Has Liam got his tank on here? Oh, Liam's tank's here. Yeah. So here we've got Liam's. Can I zoom in any further? Yeah, we can a little bit. So that is Liam's custom there. I got one from Liam.
That's not his current tanks. He's got those light shades on it. He's got radions on it at the minute. I'm sure he has, unless he's changed something.
Enough. I don't know. Well, that's what he. I think that's what he sent me anyway.
That's what he sent
and
you.
Lee.
Oh, it's because he's got a gravy tank like mine at the minute. That's why.
Oh, Lee, sorry, mate. I don't know what's happening. What's going on here? Use the. It's not showing it on the desktop version. Oh no, that's rubbish. Sorry, mate. I can't see your. I can't see your tank there, Lee. Otherwise,
you got 5 requests, Jay. Are they people?
Oh, these maybe. I don't know actually.
Incoming.
It's just random people by the looks of it.
Oh, me love you long time. Me marry you.
Mate, that's why they're in there, because it's a load of nonsense.
me show you my clam for 99 cents.
Load of random.
Me love you long time.
Oh, that's his wife's tank. That one. It's his wife. He's got,
come on, Jay.
What
did I ask you to do tonight? Plug.
Oh yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So I promised
you.
I would share. I've lined it up somewhere. Let me just go back on here then. What was it now?
Oh, come on, Jay.
Search it. What was it called again?
It's on your pictures.
It's here. Look. Yeah.
So big shout out to one of the giveaways in the last couple of weeks was.
Yes. Go on. You do it, Tom. You do it.
Well, one of the giveaways the last couple of weeks ago was Liam's Mrs. Jazz, who's set up her own little clothing brand to support the hobby, and she's trying to get off the trying to launch the business on Instagram and social media, and I'd just appreciate if everybody could just have a have a couple of minutes to like and share and subscribe. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but there'll be something on there that is. So if you can message, like, follow, I'm sure she can come up with something that fits your sort of your salty need, whether it be a hoodie, a cap, a t-shirt, whatever. Have you got it, Jay?
Yeah. It's on. Oh, wait up.
No, it's not on. Come on.
Oh, sorry. You did a really good plug. I
can't wait for Paul to be back next week. Christ.
I
thought you were bad on my own for a minute.
What? So you can do it all on your own again? Nice.
That's it. Salty Swagger.
Salty Swagger. It's here. It's coming. It says Salty Swagger is a new aquarium-related brand of clothing, reefwear, custom design. And they donated a prize in our last giveaway. And as you can see, there's no sponsorship or anything. We're just giving a friend a bit of a plug to help out. PH is king.
Yeah, but they do a lot of bespoke stuff as well. So if there's anything that you want, or your missus wants to get you, or you want a t-shirt with your name on it, or a towel, or a hat, or whatever it is, then message Jazz, Liam's missus. Driving my wife crazy one tank at a time. Yeah. Bit of fun, local, bit of fun. Give them a
Salty Swagger.
Give them a share, post, follow. Much appreciated. Yeah. To Liam and Jazz. And thanks again for donating the prizes over the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, very kind, guys. Thank you. I am following, Tom. I am following.
Good man.
I'm all about that.
I'll give them a follow when we finish this.
Cheers, Gareth.
Oh, cheers. So, let me just catch up last bit with the chat then. Darren's off. Have a great weekend, mate. Glad you could join us for a few beers and chat. Hope Paul don't give you all the attention next week. Yeah, hopefully we've done him proud.
You mean where's
Wally? Where's Wally? That was very kind. Yeah, you're more than welcome, mate. Help each other out in this hobby. Great stream, lads. Great stuff. I want to say a huge thank you to Gareth for joining us on the live stream.
Yeah,
thank you.
Mate.
Thank you.
So next time I talk to you, you'll have a 7B3B3, yeah? 7B3B2?
Yeah, and I'll probably be single as well.
I've got 73B. What? I've got a 73B2 in this flat.
Yeah.
Mate, I've loved having you on. You've been a great guest, and hopefully I can get you back on when they ask me to host again. I'll get you back on, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
As long as I've got work.
Yeah.
We'll see it. Love to Reef. Who's that handsome chap? I think that might be Jill, might it? On the picture. Maybe. Salty Swagger looks great. I want a bespoke hoodie. Could do with one for Love to Reef, to be fair. I'm
sure we can. I'm sure they can do something for us. That'll be good.
To Reef. Have a good fishy weekend. Yeah. Cheers, mate, for the super chat as well.
Yeah, definitely. Keep those clams tight.
Tom. Yeah. I just calm down on that. Great stream. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Yeah, have a good one, Liam. Have a good weekend. Yeah, no, we're not having any. That was a bad design on the coming up with that one.
That's it, isn't it?
Hey, we've nearly got to the end. It might be monetized. Be sure to send Jay's pictures class. Yeah, we don't want any clam pictures, thanks. No clam pictures. Send them to Tom. He likes a clam picture. Cheers, Tony. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching the cam as well. Yes, 3 points to the Rams tomorrow. If you're into football, yeah. The dog's back at the end of the stream as well. There. Saying bye to the viewers.
Rodney deserves a little shout out, I think.
Yeah, well done, Rodney.
Well as Rodney.
Bless him.
Clam special, definitely not next week. No. Great stream, guys. Thank you very much. Yes, nice one, Alex. Good to see you. Tom, get that t-shirt on. You need that on.
Yes,
you need that on. Thanks for all the comments, guys.
Oh, dear.
You're gonna get one that says like, I don't know, clam. What was it? Clam community.
I was thinking I might get one that says "I love a wet clam."
No.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You can't wear that out. pH
like
is
it.
king. Critical
pH is
reef.
king,
Come
always.
on.
Stay salty,
Come on,
though.
don't. Stay salty, yeah.
Stay salty.
Right, guys, we've done a 5-minute overtime because I was late on the stream. But thanks, Tom.
No, you're welcome, as always.
Any final words?
It's been emotional.
Thanks for sharing all your pictures. And
you're welcome, mate. You're welcome.
Top advice on customs. Any final words, Gareth?
No. Just thank you for having
magic. Clams forever.
Right, I'm going to cut it off now before we lose the monetization. Guys,
have a good weekend, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
See you next week. We're on Fish Palace's channel next week, so join us on Fish Palace, 8 p.m. GMT time Friday. And if you can hit that thumbs up, it does push the video out to other fellow lovers of reefing. But thank you very much. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.